Every age has its own outlook. It is specially good at seeing certain truths, and specially liable to make certain mistakes. The crisis of the West consists in the West's having become uncertain of its purpose. The truth about the West can be reached only by the confrontation of many different outlooks. The aim of liberal education is to unsettle presumptions, to defamiliarize the familiar, to reveal what is going on beneath and behind appearances. Plato undertakes to replace opinions about justice and other morals by knowledge. What really matters is not to live, but to live more fully, more consciously, more passionately. A rational nationalism, a national self-criticism, would be a liberal universalism, a universalism incorporating the healthy civilizations of the past. The only alternative to war is peace. The only alternative to peace is war. Relativism is not a necessary consequence of the theory of evolution, nor is relativism required as a premise for the theory of evolution. Philosophy is faced with the necessity of revealing its essence as a political and social force. The philosopher occupies an intelligible cosmos above the realm of the people or of the philosopher as a citizen. The belief in progress has lost its self-evidence for educated men. Justice consists in respecting the fact that other people care about their affairs on their own account. Religion is the masterpiece of the art of politics. It teaches mankind this lesson, that human life, if true and worthy, is a life of conformity to the divine will. Violence is the natural limit of politics. The purpose of political philosophy is not to elaborate a utopia but to determine the limits within which a just society can be realized. We need an Aristotelianism that is pure of all hedonism and an Augustinianism that is pure of all self-deception. Grammar is the beginning of political wisdom. Justice is the virtue of the soul. The most natural way of reading Plato is as a dramatist. Man is by nature a political animal. The wise man or sage, as Aristotle conceives him, does not feel political compulsion. Those who have attained absolute perfection in every respect, or who are even approaching it, have no need of friendship. A political philosophy that began with the Greeks ends with the Greeks. Straussians ultimately aim at refuting or overcoming relativism. The concept of God is not a scientific concept. The professor understands that in every class there are individuals who can not only keep pace with him but who can teach him something. Philosophy, as I understand it, is a rigorous and wholly intellectual inquiry that arises from wonder about the world and wonder about human nature. Political philosophy deals with life in its entirety. To be a philosopher is to have a constant need to inquire about things. Tyranny is the political manifestation of a psychological compulsion. Philosophy is an intellectual endeavor. The only adequate response to religiosity is philosophy. The philosopher must be self-sufficient. The moral basis of political obligations implies political liberty. When the political philosopher speaks of the necessary principles of decentness, he does not argue philosophically. The open society is one in which men have features rather than masks. No science has an interest in promoting enlightenment or wisdom. The philosopher ought not teach what he believes is true, but only what is established or upheld by evidence. The true philosopher begins with wonder.